This is for all you self-tanners out there. You know who you are. All you self-tanners that have the main complaint of applying the self-tanner and having it go on without streaking and at the same time without making the palms of your hands brown, the telltale signs that you are a self-tanner. I have tried everything. I've tried the old latex glove routine, and I really don't like latex gloves for applying self-tanners for a couple of reasons. When you put these on and as you're rubbing the self-tanner in on your hand, they have a tendency to kind of ball up and leave streaking, at least for me. Plus, I don't like the idea of having to use latex gloves every time I apply self-tanner. I think it's wasteful and also not great for the environment. So, latex gloves, do away with those babies. Next, the mitts that are sold by Ulta, and I believe Sephora has one under Saint Tropez. I had a mitt, mine lasted about a month after washing, and then it totally disintegrated. But even though a lot of people seem to like the mitts, I have a funny feeling it's kind of out of desperation because they're desperate to just have something that will apply the self-tanner and not make their hands brown. The mitt to me is a problem because number one, I find it awkward just kind of sticking my hand in that mitt. And for anybody that does want to apply a self-tan to their face, I think the mitt is just not very good at getting in kind of all the nooks and crannies around your nose, around your eyes, without making a mess, and even around my neck. So the mitt to me just didn't offer the control. Thirdly, I originally got, when I got my Photan Better Than Real from Bare Essentials, which is kind of one of my favorite self-tanners for my body, I actually got mine with the brush. And I don't know if they still sell this brush. It seems to be kind of hard to find, but probably my second most favorite way to apply the self-tanner would be with this brush. Now this brush does have some drawbacks. I don't know if you can see, and you probably can't, but right there, it does have some bristles that are kind of sticking up. And sometimes when you're applying this on your arm, you'll have some little remnants of the hairs that kind of come off the brush and end up getting stuck to your arm. That kind of bugs me. And the handle for my hand sometimes is difficult because I'll be trying to get this area under here and then I'll fling it and then it goes across the room. However, compared to the mitt, I find this brush to be almost 100 times better than the mitt. It's easy to wash. It doesn't break down like the mitts that I've seen from Ulta and Sephora. And it does seem to apply a fairly good application, streak-free. However, still for the face, it's still not my favorite thing. All right, my favorite all-time way of applying a self-tanner, and don't think I'm crazy with this, is, and let me explain why before you touch that mouse and turn me off, is to use my Premier Speed Shine Shoe Polisher. Yes, hold on, don't touch the mouse. Really, I'm not crazy. Just hear me out on this one. I was thinking a long time ago, what would be a great way to apply self-tanner to my face and my body that wouldn't be messy and would apply it easily, but would be something that would be easy to wash and wouldn't break down, and cheap. I was out at my local shoemaker one time and I actually saw one of these sponges and I thought to myself, light bulb moment, what a great way to apply a self-tanner. Believe me, hear me out. I know this sounds crazy, but just listen. These are sold by a company called Premier. You can get these at usually a shoemaker shop, or you can get them off of Amazon or really off the internet if you type in Premier Speed Shine Shoe Polisher. I think they sell for like $2.90. I got mine from my local shoemaker for probably around $3.50. I've had mine that I've been using for over a year. It still has not broken down, and it is probably one of the most amazing ways to apply a self-tanner, streak-free, easy to clean, without getting any mess on your hands. Let me explain what I do with this thing. So, this is a brand new one that I just purchased. You take this out of the box. I know, it's a shoe polisher. Just hear me out. Okay, it comes in this little container. And what it is, it has like some of that little clear kind of waxy stuff that you're supposed to use to clean your shoes with and polish them. Throw this away. You don't really need that anymore unless you want to polish your base. And it comes with a kind of a styrofoam hard bottom and then this thick sponge on top. And this is really kind of soft and kind of a little squeezable here. What I did was I took some antibacterial soap just regular hand washing soap. I put it on top of this sponge, and I cleaned and cleaned and cleaned the sponge probably about, 15 to 20 times to get all that kind of shiny stuff off for the shoe polish. After I did that, I let my sponge dry outside in the air. It dries really quickly in the sun. So this is what I was left with. This is an old one that I've been using for over a year. Still has not broken down. The trick is, when you wash these, you want to put the soap on the sponge, kind of squeeze it like this to kind of get all the soap lather going, but don't bend the sponge this way or wring it out or you'll break the sponge. Then when you want to rinse it, just rinse it under really vigorous warm water and then squeeze it this way to get the excess water out. Leave it outside to dry. Like I said, this has probably been one of the most amazing ways to apply a tanner for me, and I will actually demonstrate with a sponge I've been using for over a year. And all my friends are also using this sponge and think it's probably one of the most amazing ways to apply a self-tanner. So let me squirt some of this nice and dark, as you can see. All right, I had to take a little doggy break there. My dog was barking. So I have the self-tanner here on my arm, and I'm going to use my little squeegee thing that I've already cleaned, and I'm just going to rub this in, and you can see how quickly and easily this rubs in. I'm already done. Everything's in. Super. You can see my little trucker arm there from walking with short sleeves on, but easy. You can get in every little area. Super, super fast. This thing is great. And the best part about this is for your face. I normally don't put self-tanner on my face, but for those of you that do, this sponge is great because it's so kind of pliable and bendable. You can get it around your nose, around your eye area, down your neck, under your chin. It is fabulous, streak-free, and because it has this little styrofoam top, my hands always stay clean. And then you can either rinse it off if you want to. You don't have to rinse it every day because it's just a self-tanner on there, and it really doesn't seem to build up at all on mine. And just let it outside on the patio or somewhere to dry in the sun. These things are fabulous. Now the only problem is you'll have maybe once in a while, you can see I've had this for over a year, a little bit of this is coming up. All you have to do is put some tacky glue under there again, put the sponge back on, and it is good to go. I know you guys think I'm crazy. However, everyone that has tried this thinks this is a fabulous idea. And like I said, lasts really well, leaves you streak free, and leaves your hands perfectly clean. So hopefully that was a good tip for you guys and you don't think I'm crazy. And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye from Marla.